than any other player. Most capped Wallaby, the skipper of all time, two-time Rugby World Cup finalist, a winner of the Rugby World Cup in 1999. Ladies and gentlemen, George Gregan. Never see you on today, George. It's up to you. It's all about you today. But it's not all just about you, because joining you up on the stage, well, the only Northern Hemisphere player to score a try while winning a World Cup final. A dual-code international, no less, with Great Britain and England. Three-time Rugby World Cup finalist, one with League, two with Union, and a Rugby World Cup winner in 2003. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Jason Robinson. Now, as advertised, fellas, first of all, are you enjoying this tour? Your first time down to the Dubai Rugby set. Are you enjoying it so far? Having fun?
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Me and George have been here for the week. We've done some grassroots coaching, which has been fantastic. But this is just brilliant. It's great. The UK, because the weather is just pants. So I'm making sure I make the most of the sun for the next 2 days, because I'm not going to see it until next July. But it's just a fantastic environment for the players. We're speaking to the England players this week in camp, and they were looking forward to this. Obviously, they had a lot of success last year in Dubai. So it's going to be tough. It really is going to be tough, but I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing England do something today.
And of course, George as well. We've talked a little earlier on about your pedigree in sevens as well. What about this as a tournament? They've come on, haven't they, tournament since you played?
I was fortunate enough to play in Hong Kong, but this is an arena and an event that's about, and it was just fantastic to be here the whole week, as Jason, in terms of rugby. But this microphone, here we go.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It's an interesting one. It comes in and out. Look at this. Beautiful. That's the English-Australian spirit right there. Look at that.
It seems to work when you're looking at Jason.
Throwing rubbish at me all week, but it's beautiful. Thanks, mate. And it's just good to be here. You know, the sunshine's fantastic. The event's a wonderful event, and we're in the middle of the desert, so it's kind of, you hear a lot about it, but you actually hear it. It certainly makes you appreciate being here with HSBC at the Sevens second leg of what's a great series now.
Now listen, we're going to be answering a few of these questions. Great to see so many members down here. You're going to have to wait a few minutes, just 5 minutes or so. We're going to kick things off because we're trying to theme each of our chats. Basically, we're down here twice a day during the Sevens, amongst other places. We spoke a little earlier on today about how you got started in your career. As per the schedule at the moment, today is all about World Cup moments, in brackets, Jason Robinson's 2003 World Cup moments. So we're going to get on to 2003 very shortly. Two men who have shared the spoils when it comes to World Cups. I want to go through it sequentially if we can, because let's start with 95, your first experience of Rugby World Cup. Australia, the defending champions and favourites going over to South Africa. You're in a great vein of form.
This is going to have a consistent theme, this building up. I like it.
But you were young at the time. What were your memories?
I was a young pup.
What were your memories of that?
I had an afro and everything. I was 22 and went over to South Africa. We were undefeated for about 15 months, that team. It was a team which was defending world champions. We were playing against South Africa, their first time back in the World Cup after apartheid. And we lost to them. We lost to them in Cape Town, and they proceeded to go on and win the World Cup, and we proceeded to go and get knocked out by England in the quarter-final. And Rob Andrew field goal. There we go, beautiful. Here we go.
From memories, of course, that tournament saw the Springboks raising the WebLS for the first time. Any South Africans here today? Always at the front, always the loudest, always at the front and the loud guys. Brilliant to have you here. Was there any poisoning going on over there? I know the Kiwi said that there was all sorts of poisoning going on. Did you see anything?
No, there's no poisoning. From an Australian perspective, we were just toilet that particular tournament, so we just poisoned ourselves with our terrible performance. But it was a good experience. I think I've spoken about it before. maybe not to this group, but that '95 World Cup, that first game, it was more than just the first game of the Rugby World Cup. It was an amazing event. It was their first time back into the international rugby fold, rugby family. You had Nelson Mandela, who every time he came out on the field before a game, when I played against the Springboks and Australian Whip, was thumped by the Springboks, and that was the start of it. And it was an amazing moment, and it was the start of an incredible energy, an incredible journey for that Springbok team in '95. It was beyond sport. It brought that country right back into the international fold, that's for sure. And not just sport, but beyond that, it transcended sport.
Now, whilst all this was going on, you're playing rugby league. You're going off to a World Cup for rugby league as well. How conscious were you of the union code at that time? Was it ever an ambition, as you're there with your rugby league boots on, going, you know what, I fancy playing for England one day in union?
No, certainly not. I knew nothing about rugby union until I moved over in 2000. In 1995, we played against Australia in the final. Unfortunately, they beat us, so it was always nice to get revenge, George, in 2003. But playing against, I think, for us playing in those big games, you know, playing in World Cups, playing for your country is fantastic. But we won't talk too much about '95 because it was a poor day. I like to stay on 2003 because I know.
Before we get to 2003 though, Jace, there is a small tournament that went on over in Wales as well. 1999, cue Vice Captain Gregan, memories of Wales in '99.
Good memories.
Good memories?
Yeah, very good memories.